morning, guys. Today is February 18th, and I know it's still a couple of months away before we start fishing for mackerel, but I figured today is a good day to kind of show you what I use to catch them. Uh, these are the stuff I use, and you can pick these guys up at any Walmart or Cabela's or Bass Pro or any other fishing tackle shops. Uh, they're all different sizes. They have different size hooks, different size line, and they also come with different pricing. So some are really cheap, and some are expensive. So it's really up to you. But honestly, I think the cheap one works just as well as any of the expensive ones. But having said that, I should let you know that even though I carry all these guys with me when I go mackerel fishing, I generally don't use them. In fact, a lot of times I give them out, especially when I see somebody that's fishing and not catching anything, and basically somebody who is new. And I'd give this to them and let them try their luck with it. But for me, uh, I bring these guys as a backup in case, I lose all my stuff. But in general, when I go fishing for mackerel, I use what is called a Christmas tree, which is basically lures made out of surgical tubes. Uh, so the ones that I use are comes in different colors. We got the yellow, we got the green, we got the pink, and we also have the red. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do with this, guys, how I make my lures. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and really very effective when it comes to catching mackerel. Now, before we go into that, let me just add also that another reason why I don't use this guy so much is that it's really hard to untangle. For instance, if you're fishing next to somebody who is uh, just learning, basically a beginner, and he crosses over your line, there's a good chance, especially if you hook onto a fish, that you're gonna have a hard time untangling this because sometimes it's just impossible. So I try to stay away from that because I don't feel like spending the rest of my fishing day untangling my line. In addition to that, sometimes when you got some mackerel on your lines already, a striper will come and grab one of them. And when that happens, you feel it. You feel that pop and then gone. So basically what it did is it took the mackerel and it cut off your line. So I try to when I make my own lures, I use a little heavier line. I generally use like a 15 to 17 pound test. That one, at least that gives me a better chance or a fighting chance to land any striper that might decide to grab onto one of my mackerel. So anyway, so what I do is I basically, you know, cut this guys into say 3/4 to an inch. I mean, you don't really have to be exact. The mackerel in general, when they're running or schooling, they don't care. They'll grab anything that moves that's close to them. And in fact, sometimes even if they don't move, sometimes I let this guy sink with the sinker to the bottom to do something, and next thing I know is I get a whole stringer of them without even moving it. But anyway, like I said, the mackerel are not picky. They'll take it no matter what size you use. The more the longer it is, of course. They have you have a better chance because they can see it better. Um, so I basically just cut, like I said, 3/4 to an inch. And I do the same. A lot of times during the winter, I just cut a lot of them, and just store it away for days that I'm bored, and then I just kind of put them all together at the end. So we cut like that, and You basically do the same with the rest of them, the different colors. And then all you do is take a hook. I generally use, saltwater, uh, 1, 2, or 3 odd straight shank hook. I prefer the straight shank because it's easier, I think, than using a circle hook. Uh, I know up here in Maine we have to use circle hooks when we're fishing for stripers, but I don't think they're that strict when it comes to mackerel fishing. So I generally use this. So all you do is just thread that thing in there, being careful not to hook yourself. Oh, there we go. There we're getting there. It's usually not this hard to put these things in, but there we go. Once it snaps, so basically that's what it would look like when you're done. Okay. Uh, and then you just you do the same with all the other colors: the red, pink, yellow, and green. And usually when I tie this to my line, I alternate the different colors. And I usually put in, like, I tie either 3 hooks or 4 hooks up to 6 hooks. And sometimes I actually add this guys here, which are the gold and silver tensils, which again you can purchase at the Cabela's or Bass Pro, and in their fly tying section, and then you just tie it on like that. Uh, I like to add one of these things here just as an extra attractant. This thing, when the sun hits it, it gives out good reflection which the fish can see. So anyway, so that's what I use, and so then I just tied them on to a line like this. Again, it's that 15-pound test. So if somebody were to cast over your line, these guys are so much easier to untangle. You don't spend the rest of your fishing time untangling your line. So and then I just put on like a 2 ounce, well, an ounce or 2 ounce sinker, depending on how far you want to cast it out, on one end, and then the other end to the swivel on your main line. So that's basically it. Like I said, it's pretty simple, inexpensive, and very effective. So, but I just wanted to share with you guys what I use, and hopefully this will help some of you. There's really nothing more satisfying than catching fish with something you actually made yourself. That's why I find myself using or fishing with the ones I made more than my store-bought lures. So good luck to all of you. Hopefully we'll all have a better or hopefully we'll all have good fishing season. So for now, take care. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye bye.